everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. I'm doing this as a special video. I'll be uploading it Friday morning, and the video is titled, I'm answering your questions, because I have hit 2,000 subscribers thanks to all of you wonderful people, and YouTube, Google AdSense, remonetized me, which I'm feeling so honored and blessed and very grateful because of all of you. Every little bit is a blessing, and I'm feeling very encouraged right now. I was asked 5 questions, and I'm going to answer those, so don't worry, it's not going to be like a 5-hour video. And at the end of the video, I have something special to tell you and a shout out. So let's get started on the questions. Number 1, Daisy asked what our biggest splurge was and do I regret it. I would say the biggest splurge was when my daughter was, I can't even remember the grade, I think she was in 7th grade. The school that she was at, they went to France, and my husband and I went along. It was a wonderful trip. We loved the people from France. The food was fantastic, and I cannot say enough wonderful things about it. So it's wonderful to visit Europe, and just the people, the food, the culture. It's a very fantastic experience, and I hope that if any of you are interested, you'll get that opportunity. Number 2, Accounts Book asked, what was your approach paying off your house? Did you pay it off early? The answer to that is yes, we paid it off early. When we bought this house before my daughter was born, we bought it in my daughter was born in 98, and we bought the house in 97, or maybe it was 98, right on the cusp of that. And so it was at 7.25 interest, because that was what the interest rate was then. We bought it on a 30-year loan, and at that time our payments were, I think, $650 a month. Okay, and that included having your taxes rolled in there. Then we refinanced it maybe 4 years later on a 15-year loan, because the interest rate was 5.35 at that time, and our payments were $735 a month. But what we did was we also put an extra $75 on the principal. So we paid it off about 11 years early. So it's not like we paid it off in 5 years like you see some of these wonderful videos out there, but I'm grateful that we did pay it off early. So it's been paid off for about a year now. But now we pay taxes separately. So I hope that answers your question on that. Also, do you eat salads with Jell-O? Let me say this. I'm from Minnesota, casserole capital of the world, and I grew up in the 1970s. You wouldn't believe the magic I can create with Jell-O. So yes, you name the salad, I can make it with Jell-O. Number 3, Happy Cart Vlogs asked a really interesting question. She said, hey, this is off topic, but if you could meet 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be? Well, I didn't really have a total answer for this. I can tell you a couple people, but one's going to be a group of people. Number 1 person I would definitely meet is Lucille Ball. I absolutely love everything about her. That would be number 1. Number 2, one of my favorite actresses of all time is Bette Davis. I think I've seen almost every single movie. I love her. I don't know if any of you love her. Number 3, I would meet anybody from YouTube, viewers, other YouTube channels, and I've been blessed enough to meet a few people. I've gotten to meet Budget Girl, Dollar Dude, and I know I've met a few other people too. Oh gosh, I've also gotten to meet Tasha over at One Big Happy. These 3 folks are some of the most lovely, intelligent, and wonderful people I've ever met, and it was such a blessing and an honor to meet them. And I would love to meet all of you. That would be my wish. Okay, number 4, Teresa Beecham asked a question for my husband, but one thing she made is, hey, I'd like you to talk about cooking mistakes and how to fix them. Well, my answer to that, Teresa, is I could do a video series of just me doing cooking mistakes. I think that could be more comical than some of the mistakes that I've made with cooking, such as putting whole cloves in pumpkin, or that would just be one thing, a mistake that I made off the top of my head. Or putting too little or too much liquid in things. Some things that I've made have turned out very interesting. When I tried to make some gluten-free cookies, they were bizarre, let me tell you. And she also asked a question for my husband. Al, will you come over here please, sweetheart? She asked my husband, how do you feel that your wife is doing YouTube? If anyone hasn't met, here is my wonderful husband, Al.
Well, I'm thrilled that my wife is doing YouTube. I think she does a great job with it. She's got a tremendous personality. I was a mass communications major in college, and I think that she probably could have had a really good career in television as some kind of local presenter, or doing kind of feature stuff on the news, kind of lighthearted stuff. I think she would have done great in that. She's got a tremendous voice also, so I think she would have done well in radio as well. So this is kind of something that you know, gives her an opportunity to be creative and express herself, and she's kind of in her element doing that. So I'm very pleased with it. I'm very supportive of it. So
thank you, LZ.
that's it.
Isn't he sweet, guys? Anyway, I'll have to do our love story. We actually met through a pen pal club. Can you guys believe that? And we fell in love through writing letters. This is in the olden days before internet. Okay, now, last but not least, both Mimi E and Miss Sandra asked, what made me start YouTube? I've answered this question before, but I felt like I had some things to share with all of you. I feel that, like I've said before, the YouTube community, yes, I'm hoping I'm sharing some tips that can be helpful to you, but in the fabulous comments, I am learning so much from you guys. So I don't have all the answers. There's a lot of things that I don't know. For example, and I'm going to do a shout out in a minute, I don't know a lot about investing. So I'm not going to be somebody that would be wise on that subject. There are, like, one thing that I feel I am knowledgeable about is making extra money. I'm always looking for ways to find extra money, and I feel like there's a lot of ways out there that we can make extra money. So I would just say I wanted to share some of the knowledge and tips that I have found along the way. Now, and thank you, by the way, thank you for all these wonderful questions. My question to you is this, and then I'm going to do a shout out. So I'm wrapping this up, guys. My question to you guys is, I had promised you when I got remonetized I would be doing a giveaway. I do have a couple financial obligations that I'll be taking care of this month, so I'm hoping in July that I'll be doing the giveaway towards the end of July. My question is, if for giveaways, there's been all sorts of things. What types of things do you guys like to see on giveaways? What types of things would you like to receive? Besides $1 million, okay? So put that below and what kinds of things you would like. That's number one. And now on to the shout out. And I do really believe in shout outs and paying forward. If there's anyone I haven't done a shout out to, please let me know. This is a channel that I'm kind of new to, and he's been so kind and supportive of my channel and writing some very positive comments. This is JJ Buckner, and I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I apologize if I'm pronouncing. He has a personal finance channel, and I have to tell you, he has such a good dynamic personality. I feel like he's been on television for years. And him and his wife paid off a lot of money in student loans, and he has done a lot of research on investing. But what I like about him, not that there's not other great channels, he talks about things in layman's terms as if you know nothing, and he makes it very simple to understand him, and he's very interesting to listen to. And his videos aren't really long, so they keep my attention. And I have kind of a short attention span, so that's a compliment. Thank you, JJ. I really hope you guys will do me a favor and just at least check out his channel, because he has some great videos. I really appreciate y'all watching. I will see you tonight for Free and Frugal Friday. I love you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.